I am going to demonstrate to you in the podcast that I am hosting today how the XRP plan is substantially more thorough than you may have been aware of. This is the manner in which prominent figures in the field of technology such as Bill Gates have collaborated with Ripple and its digitalized version of XRP in order to level the playing field and make financial inclusion accessible to people all over the world. To summarize everything, I will simply go over it all in the video that I am going to upload today. Make use of them in any way that you believe they should be utilized. The one and only thing I will comment on is whether or not the fourth quarter of 2024 is preparing the groundwork for the years 2025 and other years to come. Being enormous, and there is little question that other competitors will be priced out of the market as a result of this. Invest some time in listening to what Julie has to say about the situation. It was just recently that she joined this module as a member. Anderson has brought this situation to our attention, and I would like to take this opportunity to show my gratitude to him. My role at the foundation, which is the cornerstone of the foundation, is to lead the technical solutions department. She was in the process of reviewing payments at the very moment that you clicked on a blog post that had been published. She has worked in the payment industry for a decade, giving her a wealth of experience, or roughly 1.5 weeks. This was the question that was posed to you. Are you able to provide a list of some of the most major accomplishments that the foundation has accomplished, as well as any projects or implementations that are particularly exciting? After that, she goes on to talk about a project that is geared toward the community of regions, the collection of geographical regions as a whole. Given that this has the ability to completely transform the globe, may I inquire as to the precise location of that area? Kenya is one of the countries that make up the COSA, which is consisting of around 19 countries across the globe. Sudan, along with the Congo, Ethiopia, and Uganda. It is well knowledge that Ripple enjoys a great deal of popularity in this region, particularly in the countries of Zimbabwe and Madagascar, for example. When it comes to Zambia and Libya, this is accurate. In order to avoid boring you with all of the specifics, you will have to put your faith in me when I say that there is a great deal of proof to provide. I will explain everything in better detail later. She is stating that there is a project that has the potential to be revolutionary if we are able to achieve volume and adoption on the platform. Okay, so she is saying that there is no such thing. Not only will it be the first deployment of a cross-border system that supports a variety of domestic currencies, but it will also be the first system to make it through the proof of concept phase and have a significant impact on the lives of people. Ladies and gentlemen, I am grateful for the time you have taken. It is the gentleman. You should now proceed to crush that. I have to underline this once more because if we are able to achieve adoption and volume, then this goes beyond the proof of concept stage. It is going to get better like a large button, and I have to say it again because it is going to get better eventually. As soon as the proof of concept stage is finished, the platform will be used for the very first time to handle multiple domestic currencies. This will be the first time that the platform has been used across international borders. During the course of the previous year, we had the pleasure of informing you about something that had a significant influence on the lives of persons. According to Sid, the world is Africa for this reason, since they are the leaders in mobile and online banking, and because this was the strategy that they intended to pursue. Am I accurate in saying that this is the reason? The agreement that was reached with Bill Gates throughout their time spent interacting with Ripple in 2017, as well as the facts that cannot be contested in any way. It is also important that you take note of how flawlessly everything turned out. Those of you who are skeptical appear to be behaving in a foolish manner. As was mentioned in the African Blockchain Report 2022, Ripple's payment organizations are able to settle foreign payments in real time and for a small fraction of the cost. This is made possible by finding a solution to demand liquidity. Ripple's payment companies will now be able to settle international payments as a result of this development. Nothing that you are aware of will be read by me when I read you. There is a possibility that the modernization of Africa's payment system may be advantageous to both clients and financial institutions in Kenya, which is one of the countries that are located in Africa. Egypt, which is sometimes referred to as Africa Uganda, is continuously undergoing development. Taking into consideration that this is from the year 2022, we can deduce that extra coloration will most likely be added in the near future. In order to educate you about our existence and provide you with some examples of the impact that Ripple has made, the following are some examples. In the event that you are paying attention to this, we are the ones who do this. As stated in a statement that was issued by the Module Foundation in the year 2022, the organization is making concerted efforts to broaden the availability of financial services for the 1.7 billion people who are currently associated with banks. This is something that they plan to accomplish with the help of Ripple's technology as part of their goal to create a future that is more financially accessible. In the case that we follow the information provided in this press release from Ripple, we will discover that the company has collaborated with Owner in order to make it easier for digital assets to be transferred across international borders between Africa and the rest of the globe. It is important for customers of PayAngel in the United Kingdom, as well as customers of PNP in the Gulf Cooperation Council GCC to pay attention to this particular region. Among the members of the Gulf Cooperation Council, also referred to as the GCC, Saudi Arabia is the most prominent member. It is common knowledge that Ripple has once again garnered a great deal of popularity within the Gulf Cooperation Council GCC, and the United Arab Emirates, UAE or Saudi Arabia has already resigned. It is XRPs, and the existence of that kind of council is a fact that can be observed. The fact that everything in Dubai is almost ready to go is a phenomenon that Clarity finds to be absolutely unfathomable. Be sure to observe how everyone seems to be enjoying themselves with this. The manner in which everything came to a final conclusion was just breathtaking. If this is something that you are only now becoming aware of, you could think that I am completely mad. All things considered, this is a wonderful thing for anyone who has travelled this path before, as well as for people who are currently in the same circumstances as we are. In conclusion, I would like to mention that this item has turned from the website that was used for the Level 1 project, which was effective in achieving a level playing field. One of the announcements that was made during the conference that took place in 2017 was that the Gates Foundation would be including the breakthrough cryptocurrency business Ripple into its Level 1 project. It is not going to be the case that I will be playing the entire montage on this specific day. Your comments and suggestions would be greatly appreciated if you could offer them in the comments box below. The assertions that Julie makes in this context are really astounding, as is the fact that she came from the position of Solutions Director at Partia, which is a role in which Partia collaborates with JP Morgan to return to the Foundation module. Both of these things are pretty amazing. I want to make it clear to everyone that this is an outstanding piece of content. The only thing I can ask of you is that you share your opinions with me in the comments box that is accessible below. What else could I possibly ask of you? However, the reality is that both you and Bill Gates have, and I am aware of the fact that it is true, kind of pushed this under the rug. This is something that I am aware of to decide on. There is a tremendous deal of potential right now, however, if this does not get treated and addressed. As you can see, the mainstream media never discusses things of this sort. This is something that needs to be addressed. An extremely high probability exists that this will be one of the largest. I find it hard to believe that this kind of wealth transfer between individuals is taking place, and I can't help but wonder how many of us are involved in it. If you take a look at all of the views that any cryptocurrency YouTuber receives, you will notice that they are all significantly different from one another. As of right now, I have a sizable amount of money invested in this coin, and as I mentioned earlier, I am also a supporter of the cryptocurrency. I am going to recreate a few of the earlier components that were originally constructed. Despite the fact that the coin has not been altered in any way, the markets have demonstrated a preference for it. There are quite a few of them. Quite a few. However, there are issues that need to be handled, and there is a group of individuals who are conspiring behind this. To tell you the truth, I do not like talking about it in public, but there are problems that need to be addressed. In the backdrop, as well as for the specific persons who, as you are aware, were involved in the